Hi everybody, welcome back. Next up on my workbench here is the Revell 32 Ford 5-window coupe. Again, this is the second one I'll be building. I've built one before, the Milner, my version of the Milner's coupe from American Graffiti. This is the box from that with all the leftover parts. It comes with so many parts in it. There's decal sheet, there's clear and some red screw parts. There's about 3 bags of chrome parts here. You can build this so many different ways, and there's lots of extra parts. There's only one set of tires though. Oops, just dropped one out. I'm hoping to find something in my parts bin that I can put a little bit wider tires on this version. I'll show you pictures later of the inspiration for this build. I got the instruction sheets. I haven't opened the bags yet. There's quite a few sprues of white parts here. You can build this as a highboy or with the fenders. I think that this one's going to be as a highboy. And the body and interior. I found on the first build I did some problems with the instructions. All the parts are numbered and labeled. 3 pages of those. Now on here you'll see that there's some issues in the instructions. Okay, so the first error in the instructions in item number 1 here, the cylinder heads are shown upside down in the diagrams here. You have to turn those around to get the valve covers on top. So that's just shown upside down. And again, that's on page 6. On page 8, step number 4, the wheel backs are shown backwards. And here, and they just need to be turned around when you're installing those. Also, further down here, when you get to step 12, and you insert the inside fender wells here onto the body, if you're taping these body color, if you're painting these body color, tape them on the back of the inside body. Don't glue them on, because if you glue them on, the interior tub won't fit in. So I've made a note here: do not glue those fender inserts into the body, or the interior tub will not fit on. If you want to paint them, set them in place, tape them on the inside, paint them body color, then remove them, install the interior tub, and then they can be glued on again after that. So that's just some issues I found on the first build. Other than that, it's a pretty good kit, lots of extra parts. So stay tuned, and I'll begin the build. So I came across these pictures online of a die-cast Rat Fink themed hot rod and wanted to make my own version of that. Well, I've made a start here on the 32 5-window coupe. In primer, I've used the Stynylrez metallic silver, which is really nice by itself, but it's also a primer, so I've started with that. Got the firewall in. I haven't done the top part of that. That'll probably be black. I just got the inner fender wells taped in place, as I mentioned before, so I can take them out and then put the interior tub in. I'm still trying to decide on I'm still trying to decide on the colors for the interior. Got the dash, the radiator, and the solid piece on the radiator, the frame, steering column, and the transmission tunnel in the silver primer. And the next will be the color coat. I've got the drivetrain and exhaust parts done up here in craft acrylics, in gunmetal and silver, some red here on the mufflers, black and a bit of brass color, golden brass on the radiator and on the brake booster, and the drive shaft here on the rear is gunmetal and silver, and the steering column, I've just got it primed in silver. Actually, that's going to get painted. So I'm still making progress here, slowly but surely. Well, I'm back in the paint booth again. I painted the frame just in flat lime green craft paint, and it's a little bit too much of a contrast with the metallic, so I'm going to go back over it again with the Craft Smart green metallic paint, so it'll match the body. Well, I've made some pretty good progress on this build. I've got the body and the chassis, the radiator, dash, and so forth in the metallic green, and I got the interior in folk art apple red, the interior door panels, the seats, and the floor. So that's done. The roof of the car here I've done with Model Master leather, just to be a little bit different. Steering wheel's done there in red. The chassis I did in lime green, and then I did it again over, as you'll see in the next video, the metallic green. So next part is to start assembly.